Hello there, I hope your family and friends are well. So I've had the Headrush Prime for probably over about a week and I'm blown away. I really am. When I first got the original pedal board, I was in a position where I had too much equipment and I was going around, moving around to gigs, carrying bags of pedals and amp heads and cabinets and cables, and I got really tired of it. It got too heavy. So I went 100% digital, sold all my old equipment, bought the Headrush pedal board, and later on I used the Boss GT1000 as a backup device, and always go back to the Headrush. The Boss GT1000 is a phenomenal product. I love it because all my favourite Boss effects are in there. But the Headrush has some, for me, it just always stands out. Quality. Both units are great, and both units are quality products. But the Headrush for me, touchscreen and the ease of functionality is just phenomenal. But what I want to do today is talk about the effects loop. Now, generally the Headrush Prime is used predominantly for bass and guitars, but what I use it for, I connect it up to a multitude of synthesizers. So for this example, we're using Novation Mininova. I have connected up to a Genos 2, which is a Yamaha Genos 2, and other synthesizers, and it just jumps out. It just sounds absolutely phenomenal. We've got all the effects in the Headrush. Why not use it? Why not connect it up to another audio device? So at the end of this video, I'm going to link to a Blade Runner video which I created, which uses the old pedal board on the 2.6 firmware, and it sounds absolutely brilliant. I've not used it yet on that sort of patch on this, which I'm going to do, but I'm going to record something different, so give you an idea what it sounds like in the song context using the Prime unit. But we'll go over the effects. So this, what I want to do with this is just go over and really break down by scenes. I've created 4 scenes. Each scene sounds completely different, and it gives you an idea what it sounds like when it comes to using various different effects and also overlays. And at the end you'll have an audio example of using every effect in this scene. So we'll go over the effects first, we'll go over the scenes, and then you listen to the audio examples, and then we're done, good to go. So the first effect is the effects loop. We'll start at the top and then we'll work down. So the first effect on the top is a rotary effect. It sounds really nice and it works. For this sort of patch, it sounds absolutely brilliant. Our first chorus is this one, which is brilliant. Thanks for Headrush for doing this. This is a chorus, definitely is the best. But I must admit, linking this chorus up and tying it to another one, it sounds absolutely, it sounds phenomenal. It sounds luscious. If you want to see the word luscious, it just works really well, creating sort of big, beautiful chorus things. It just works really well. Let's go to our next effect, which is our other chorus, which is a multi-chorus. Now I chose this one because I like it the most, one of the most actually. But we do have multitudes of other choruses, you know. Compared to the Boss GT1000, we definitely have more effects when it comes to the chorus and the reverbs and a few other effects. But this is a phenomenal unit, it really is, and they're the settings we use for this multi-chorus. Next effect is our air delay. They're the settings we've used for the air delay, really nice effect. Stereo doubler. This works pretty well because it just flattens the sound, just makes it spreadable throughout this particular patch. It's great for the ambient stuff, I must admit, and also if you're creating any sort of Def Leppard stuff, I always use a stereo doubler, and it just sounds really good. Next effect, which is a air reverb. Yeah, they're the settings I've used for the air reverb. Air filter, which is another nice effect. Oh, another great effect. And this little monster. So this is a phenomenal effect. This actually, to be honest with you, this reverb is probably the best one I think Headrush have put up for a while, and it sounds absolutely brilliant. Every single setting I've loved is what I've come across so far, and this sounds really good. It works really well. So thanks for Headrush for doing this for us. And at the end, what you'll see is a speaker. Now I'm using an IR. Now you're thinking, why are you using an IR? Well, basically, when I'm using the synths, I use an impulse response just to give it a little bit of a kick, and it seems to work really well. The high cut's probably maybe higher than what it should do, but it sounds okay on this, to be honest. It doesn't really affect anything tonally. It really doesn't. The gain setting's fine, and the mix 100%. I could have changed that, but I've just left it as it was. It just sounds great. So this is a customized IR. Somebody sent me a few weeks ago now to one of the new Boss Katana cabinets, and it sounds great, so I'm using it. We'll look at the output block, and then we'll go through the scenes, and then you're going to read some audio examples. Oh, sorry, no. Let's go back. Right. So look at the output block. I do like the new graphics. I think, you know, really, really nice. I do like them, to be honest. And let's look at the input. Nothing exciting on that one. And then we'll look at the scenes. First scene is called effects block, but it's the effects loop. You can see there everything is off other than the IR and the external lamp, and yeah, everything's off. It's a pretty bland effect on its own, but when we use the next effect, which is called effects only, what you'll see there is the rotary, the multi-chorus effects on, the air filter, no reverbs, no delay, the IR is still on, and obviously the external lamp's still on, so it's everything just, I've just called it effects only. The next scene is called Rev and Del, so we've got all the reverbs up there, and the delays used on this one as well. I'm not doubled up on the scenes as well, I've just used it just as a basic scene, to be honest. Next one is everything, which is just all the effects, that's all it is. So what I'm doing now is I'm just about done, ladies and gents, so you're going to hear some audio examples at the end of this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you use any synthesizers or anything other than the guitar and bass. It'd be quite interesting to hear what you use it for. So the audio example basically based on each individual block, which I've mentioned, and they'll be played one by one. Something will pop up on the screen to tell you what block's being used as well. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to create some more stuff soon. And yeah, if you're new to the Headrush environment, there's some real good resources out there. I'm going to sit back for a wee while and watch everyone else release videos and maybe get inspired by those, which I normally do anyway. Enjoy your Headrush Prime unit. I think it's great. It really, really is great. Also, I just want to show you that I am actually connected to the Mininova. I'm just going to move this over. You see there's the Mininova. I'm using the oxygen default patch, which I think is basically like a G. Michael Jar oxygen patch. How I've connected this up though is, if we have a look, just popping over the back of the Mininova. Oops, and there we have connected to the FX loop. What I generally do is I mark each cable, so this is going to the right and the one that isn't labelled goes up to the left, and there we go. Yes, before you ask, I'm not using MIDI, so I generally don't use MIDI. I could use MIDI if I want to, so I'm just waiting for someone to create a video, and I'll have a look and get infused, and probably I'll see what I can come out with. So again, thanks again for watching. Hope your family and friends are well. Enjoy the sound examples, and I'll create some more stuff soon. So bye bye for now.